it is very easy in the event planning world, especially, but in owning a business, to be lured by these shiny objects. So let's start with like, what is a shiny object when you're running your business? How do you define that?
That's a great question. So a shiny object when running your own business is basically it's something that attracts you to something that you probably shouldn't be doing, but it's something that's really popular, that seems to be making a lot of profit, that you think will be a great way to add income to your business. It's like just like these like random things that you probably shouldn't be a part of, but because everyone else is doing it, you feel inclined to hop on the bandwagon as well. So that is what a shiny object is.
Or just because someone asked. Just because randomly.
Oh, yes.
Do you also do this other random thing? Yeah, I can do that. I'll figure that out. Right. So what are some examples of shiny objects in your business? Like you plan events, right? What are some of those early shiny objects that just caught your eye?
Oh my gosh. So there's so many, right? Because as an event planner, you want to be a one-stop shop, right? So I want people to come to me for everything in their event, right? But that is not exactly what I'm well versed in. I am a logistics person. I put all the pieces together. So when I first started my company, I was working and I still work for a nonprofit and I donate birthday parties to this nonprofit and still do it. My very first client. But before I thought I could do every part of their party. And so I also started doing birthday cakes along with the supplies and the decorations.
Were you making the birthday cakes?
I was. I was making the birthday cakes.
Okay. I need to pause for a second because this is such a clear example of shiny object syndrome.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So embarrassing to admit.
No, you're fine. Yes. This is why we're here. So I want to be very clear. This is why we're here, right? Because I think that when we're talking about like SCORE is here to help small business owners and entrepreneurs to like learn through the experiences of others to make their journey easier, less stressful, faster, right? Like just to make it all around better. And one of the things that a lot of our clients have issues with is just talking about things because to be honest, it can feel very lonely as a business owner. You can feel like you're out on this limb, you don't know who to talk to. And when we make mistakes, there is a level of shame that comes with that. And people don't want to talk about the mistakes they've made because they feel like they're failing. They feel like they've done it wrong. Everybody else is succeeding because they're comparing themselves to these Instagram feeds of everyone just like rocking and rolling. And they're like, oh crap. So I don't think that there's any shame in it, right? Everyone does it. But I think that what you just said is such a clear example of how we can get these shiny objects. So, right, like I do event logistics.
Yes.
So I'm going to figure out how to bake a whole birthday cake and decorate it and add that into the equation, right? And so here's the question. How did that come about? Did they just ask you, hey, can you do this?
No, they didn't ask me. I thought I should. They didn't ask me at all. Like I was donating the supplies. I donate all the themes. So a child would tell me like if they like Batman, for example, I would get decorations. I would get all the stuff to have a Batman party. But I would get the stuff and I would be like, oh my gosh, it's the birthday. They don't have a cake. Like you didn't even think about that. How are you going to pull that off? And so I actually do like to bake. So it wasn't like a horror story where they didn't turn out good. I actually like to bake. So I thought, well, I mean, it makes perfect sense. Birthday parties, they need cake. Like, let's just do that and donate that. And so they turned out actually really good.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah. But like finally, after I started getting more and more birthdays, I couldn't keep up. I could not make the cakes and like have the supplies. So I finally was like, okay, let's be smart about this. So instead of trying to do everything, I partnered with a local bakery in Nashville and they donate the cakes. And it's perfect. I know. Who would have thought, right? But
who would have thought?